Hey there everyone, Jim here from ParentingTogether.net. This video will help explain our expense feature. As you may already know, when co-parenting, one of the more difficult components to deal with are the children's expenses. ParentingTogether.net's expense feature is designed to help make things a little easier. To get started, click the expense link at the top of the page. If you happen to belong to multiple families, the first thing you'll need to do before you can see and or manipulate any expenses is to select the appropriate family from the list box. The family selected is the family for which you plan to view and or manipulate expenses for. Shared expenses occur when one parent pays for the expense and then at some point is reimbursed by the other parent. One example of a shared expense is when one parent buys hockey skates for the children. As only one parent is there for the purchase, they buy the skates and the other parent would pay them back. Split expenses occur when each parent pays for their share of an expense separately. An example of this may be when a doctor can send separate invoices to each parent for their share of the cost. To create a new shared expense, from the Shared Expense page, click the New Expense link at the top. From here, you can select which children the expense is for by repetitively selecting children from the list box. From there, enter the date of the expense, the description, and the amount of the expense. As you can see, ParentingTogether.net splits the bill 50-50 by default. You can either adjust the parent's dollar amount or adjust the percentage, and the individual amounts adjust accordingly. You can even upload up to 8 receipts for each expense. As expenses are created, a running total of outstanding amounts is maintained. When you create an expense, the system initially assumes that the person completing the information is the one who paid. You can, however, submit expenses on the other parent's behalf, if desired. This is useful, for example, if only one parent registers on ParentingTogether.net. To make a reimbursement payment, click the Reimbursement link at the top. Complete the information on the page and save. Totals will be adjusted accordingly. Split expenses are different as there is only one form to submit. Each parent updates their portion of the expense. There is no reimbursement components. Expenses have statuses associated with them. A new expense is one that has been submitted and considered okay by both parents. A contested expense is when one parent disagrees with it. At that point, the amount of the expense is removed from the running total. A resolved expense is one that is agreed upon by both parents and the net balance of the expense is 0. To change the status of an expense, you need to modify it. Simply click on the expense description, change the status, and save. As the submitter of an expense, you can modify any component and or delete the expense by clicking on the expense description. Otherwise, only the status can be adjusted. That's all there is to expenses. I hope this video helped explain this feature to you. If, however, you have further questions, feel free to reach out to us where we'll gladly assist. Have a great day.